Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so far this year, at the time of recording this, they are currently 3-0. They just went on a pretty good run right now so far of beating the Falcons. They beat the Broncos. And now they just wrapped up a game against the Los Angeles Chargers, where I was expecting a little bit of a close game, which it kind of was. But I was expecting a little bit more. It was a little bit of a letdown, if you ask me. But that's kind of just the way the Pittsburgh Steelers play. It was 20-10. And the way the Steelers are playing right now, I'm not going to lie. Could this team be a legit contender to possibly, I don't know, face the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game? Because I think we all know we have the Chiefs booked to go to the AFC title game. Before the season even started, I said it's going to be the Texans playing the Chiefs in the AFC title game. Now I look at this AFC conference and I'm wondering, could the Steelers, with the way they're playing, no bullshit, they just get the job done. They don't care who gets the job done. They don't care who makes the plays. They just win. Can this Steelers team go and compete for the AFC title? They're a team that just runs the ball, plays amazing defense. TJ Watt and Cameron Hayward leading that defense. And coming into the season, we also were like, who's going to be the quarterback? So far, Justin Fields took the job. And he looks like he's just do your job type mentality. This Pittsburgh Steelers team looks a lot like the way a Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and led New England Patriots team would look. Just do your job. Don't bullshit around. Defense, do your job. Offense, make the plays at the correct times. Nobody needs to be doing anything flashy. Just do your job and we will win. This Steelers team looks legit. So I'm going to kind of go through, talk about the Steelers team and kind of give my opinion, like I said, could the Steelers team and why I think this team can actually go and compete for the AFC. Like I said, if they just do their job, they're going to be competing this year. Now, real quick before I go any further, I want to let you guys know anything you guys see on screen whenever it comes to like info and stuff like that. I'll have a link down in the description below, so if you want to go check it out for yourself, feel free. But I'm going to go and get straight into this. If you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, like I said, the very first game, they played the Atlanta Falcons. Everybody knew this was going to be kind of a fun little game. It was going to be like, I guess, like a revenge game. Falcons, Steelers, with Arthur Smith coming back to play his former team that he was the head coach of the Falcons. In this game, the Steelers, I believe they didn't score a touchdown the entire time. It was 6 for 6 from Chris Boswell. He was just nailing his field goals. If you had him in fantasy, you're probably having a good day that day. But like I said, all he did was make field goals. Offensively, they were struggling a little bit. Justin Fields, they got them down towards like the red zone, kind of in field goal range. They just couldn't really capitalize most of the time, but it's okay. Take the points when you get them. Just keep moving along, and they can win games like that. With the way the defense was playing in that game, TJ Watt constantly in the backfield, it was making Kirk Cousins' life a living hell. The secondary was playing amazing. They were playing good man coverage, good zone coverage. Everything was just going right for them. Now, one thing I do want to point out is we do need to live in a world where we need to realize TJ Watt, as great as he is, every single game, you can't expect this man, as it says here, to go out there and constantly get sacks. 2 sacks a game, strip sacks, try and get interceptions. You can't expect him to play like that every single game. You're going to have other people that have to step up, which is what the Steelers are. Other people can step up. In the second game, like I said, they beat the Denver Broncos to go they won 13-6, and they start off 2-0. Who in the world, who had on their bingo card that the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to start off the season 2-0? Maybe 1-1, probably 0-2. 2-0? I didn't see it happening. But the same exact thing with this game. They were going against a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. Nobody really knew what he was going to be about. Steelers defense, they were licking their chops, and they said, we're going to go eat this motherfucker alive. Which they pretty much did. They went out there, and they cooked him alive. They held their ground. As it says, they pretty much went out there. Justin Fields, just do your job, just easy throws. And that's one thing I do want to point out with Justin Fields. He's not really asked to do a lot. And I think it's part of the reason why they're not putting Russell Wilson into the games right now. Because if Russell Wilson was out there, he is like that spark towards like he's going to want to push the ball down the field. He wants to be the MVP type player. With Justin Fields, he's just doing his job. He's just making the easy throws, check downs, flat routes, curl routes. He's not asked to do a lot. He's not even asked to really throw the ball too much. They're running the ball as well. Like with the Pittsburgh Steelers, if they get the ball first and they go 3 and out, it's okay. Punt the ball. They have a nice punter. Punt the ball, pin them back down on their 25 or something like that. Your defense, maybe they get a turnover. Maybe they can just go ahead and make them go 3 now. Punt the ball back. Special teams. Pittsburgh has a really nice special teams. They can, the returner, to get some yards back, go about the 40-yard line. And you just slowly churn the game out. And it seems like that's what they did against Denver. Like I said, Justin Fields, he didn't do anything. The defense, they just did everything. The defense, special teams, they pretty much won them the game. And with Justin Fields, as it says here, he just does enough. Just do enough. And then in the game against the Los Angeles Chargers, like I said, I was expecting a little bit more, but Justin Fields actually came to play now. I think with Justin Fields, with the Chicago Bears, they were ruining his career. I've said it before on here. I know a lot of people have said it in the past. Chicago ruins quarterbacks' careers, and we're seeing it right now with Caleb Williams. His career is being ruined over there in Chicago. Justin Fields, now that he got the fuck out of there, You can see right here with Pittsburgh, he is starting to develop. He had the interception. It was a bad one, but he can grow from it. He got 245 yards, 25-32 passing. He looks really, really good right now. And it hurts me to see him doing good in the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform because I'm not a Ohio State fan. And as him coming from being a Buckeye, it hurts me to watch him be good in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. But like I said, Justin Fields, he's getting good. They're going through some play action. Arthur Smith, the way how he calls plays, it's really good for what Justin Fields is trying to do. Like I said, they're running the ball, Najee Harris, and it's not even like they're trying to pop big, giant runs. They're not trying to go for 10, 15-yard runs every single time. If they can get 2-3 yards, that's awesome. 2 to 3 yards, 3, maybe 4 yards sometimes. If the 4 or 5 yards is like a miracle if they can get that. At times, they'll take their deep shots. Calvin Austin, they'll also take shots to George Pickens. I drew a blank there on the name. They'll take shots. Like I said, they are going to just do their jobs. Just do enough. They don't need to be winning games 45-0, 31-3 or something. They don't want to win games like that. Defensive wise, yeah, they like to shut you out, but offensively wise, they don't need to score a ton of points. I thought this was an interesting stat to kind of look at, looking at from the Pittsburgh Steelers for team total, like yards, points, all different sorts of categories. When it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, right here you can see the yards. We're gonna go down and find the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're in like the bottom 10 on whenever it comes to yards per game. So it's like, even though they're winning these games, it's not like they're churning out a ton of yards, whether it be rushing or passing. They're just doing enough to win games. When it comes to passing yards a game, go right here. Let's go to passing yards per game. Let's scroll down. Find the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you can see, they are the 4th worst team in passing yards a game. Now, I do not want to exaggerate this in a way of like, I'm going to say, that's not that bad. I do think it's bad. I think Justin Fields, he's going to have to get a little bit better. He's going to have to start throwing the ball a little bit more because whenever they get into the playoffs, they're going to ask him to have to go out there and probably throw the ball because we've seen in the past where Pittsburgh Steelers got in the playoffs and they try to keep this same formula. It don't work very well in the playoffs. And when you look at rushing, as you can see, they're just roughly, I believe, top 10? Top 12, I just went and counted. But they're top 12 in rushing yards, and they can get better. Like, they're going to keep running the ball. They're going to hit some big pops, hopefully over time. And with the way how Justin Fields, as I said, he can get on the play action, go do some bootlegs, some read options. He can run the ball a little bit himself. They're going to get that rushing yard number up. Now, the big element of this team, like I said, defense. Pittsburgh Steelers right now, number 1 in yards per game. They're allowing 229 yards. When it comes to passing yards a game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 best team in passing yards allowed a game with 158, and they are the 3rd best team in rushing yards a game. This team does not allow you to move the ball, and as you can see as well, they've allowed the least amount of points a game. If I was going to describe the Pittsburgh Steelers, their defense is like a college team right now going up against like some bad D2 schools. Now, a couple of things I'll talk about with the Pittsburgh Steelers as to why, like I said, I think this team is going to be good and be able to get to the playoffs. But when they get to the playoffs, how are they going to fare? When we looked at the Pittsburgh Steelers offense in the past, we've always said the defense was good, but the offense, it was like, this is the reason why I wore this hoodie for the video. Cue the SpongeBob meme of the fish going, oh, brother, this guy stinks. That's how we felt about the Pittsburgh Steelers offense with Kenny Pickett, Matt Canada. Those boys stunk. Now with Justin Fields, Arthur Smith, these guys are actually cooking up a little bit of an offense. It's not like the defense is going out there holding another team to 10 points. It's like, fuck, we're still losing. It's like, it almost sucks as a defense whenever it's like, yeah, guys, we held them to 10 points. Oh my God, we only held them to 7 points. We held them to 3 points. And you still fucking lost. Like, as a defense, you're pretty much now just saying to Justin Fields in the offense, can you get 14, 17 points, if that, and we can get you the win. Like, literally, that's all they ask. Get 2 touchdowns, maybe a touchdown and a couple field goals, and we got you, boys. We'll get this win for you. Now, like I said earlier, I do think this offense needs to get better. I think Justin Fields, the way he's playing right now, he's going to get better. Now, I am recording this video before week 1, so I forget who the Steelers play week 4. So, we'll see how he looks then, if you guys will be seeing this before I am. But when Justin Fields and them get into the playoffs, if they get to the playoffs, they're going to be playing against some really good teams. Who knows who's going to be there? We think the Ravens might be able to make it there. Obviously, like I said, Chiefs will be there. Texans, I think, will be there. There's a bunch of different teams that I think should be there, but I don't really know how they're going to fare now after week 3, seeing some of these teams being 1-1, 1-2. Some of them, I think we just seen the Titans, who I thought could have been 500. They're 0-3. With the landscape of the AFC right now being how it is right now, the Steelers could literally get into the playoffs, and nobody even thought of it. But as I said, in the playoffs, they're going to have to get a pass game going because they can run the ball and they can think, oh yeah, guys, we have a great defense. That might be cool. You might be able to take the Chiefs and say, okay, Chiefs, you're not going to score 30 points a game. You're going to have to score 20 points a game. That's cool. If you can hold Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to 20 points in a playoff game, A+ effort. But your offense needs to put up about 20 points. Because I'm telling you right now, if you thought your offense was going to go out there and put up 2 touchdowns and then a field goal, score 17 points, and you're going to win that game, you got another thing coming, bud. Like, I don't think it matters who you play. If it's the Chiefs, the Texans, the Bills, you're going to have to score some points. Now, could the Pittsburgh Steelers go out there and shock the world and shock me and, like I said, win a game in the playoffs 10-0, 13-3, 17-6? Maybe. But I think the whole entire analogy of what we've always said in the past, of defense wins championships, offense wins games, that is going to live with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they need to kind of start learning the other part of the narrative. Because they have the defense to win a championship. They need to get an offense. And right now, it seems like they got a little bit of an offense clicking. Can that offense carry on throughout the season and help them win playoff games? We will see. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap up there. Hopefully, you guys did going to enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you want to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree, disagree with anything I said? Do you think the Pittsburgh Steelers will be able to get to the playoffs just by their defense? Do you think they won't make the playoffs? Do you think the defense is good, bad? What do you think about Justin Fields and the offense? Whatever your opinion may be whenever it comes to Pittsburgh Steelers, if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and you want to go ahead and leave your complete opinion about how you think your team is doing, down in the comment section down below. I'd be more than welcome to kind of talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do poster and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified second to post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.